So the next question here is, ah, who is this person? And what did I do? What did I do to you to actually deserve this question? What type of question is this? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello again. My name is Ore. If this is your first time seeing me or joining us here, hi. I'm a beauty, fashion, and lifestyle content creator. Well, now a YouTuber. This is my second video. I'm gonna put the link to my first one. Thank you for joining us. And if you are a returning subscriber, hi, welcome back. So yeah, real quick, I just wanted to thank you guys for the love on my first video. Like, it's been amazing to see the growth, and I'm so grateful. And I just wanted to quickly point that out before we move to today's video. As you can already tell from the title, today's video is going to be a get to know me question tag type of thing. I mentioned in my last video that I'm going to be responding to some of the questions that you guys sent me on Instagram. I already have my sister's phone with me because I'm using my phone to record, so I'm going to just be answering the questions from my sister's phone, if that's okay. So real quick, so I got a couple of questions. I actually got quite a number of questions, but we cannot touch all of them today. I can't answer everything today. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to answer a couple of them. Some of them are repeated questions, so I'm just going to answer one to serve the purpose of all the other repeated ones. But the ones that aren't repeated, we're going to focus on those ones, and I'm going to just be answering as many questions as I can because I don't want the video to be too long. I don't want to bore you guys to death. So yeah, we're just going to do it like that. Hey guys, so the first thing that I want to do is I'm just going to quickly go to my Instagram and check some of the questions that I got there. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to start from like the bottom up. So the first question that's here is, how did you start building your perfume collection? So I would say I started building my perfume collection during COVID, during lockdown. That was when I started. I think TikTok was just new at the time, or I just downloaded it at the time. So I was so addicted to watching a lot of TikTok videos where I would be scrolling for hours, and I bumped into one particular video, you know, where the person was talking about perfumes, and I just started to check for more perfumes from different other TikTok creators, and I just started looking for other videos like that. I started looking at other scents that I'd heard of but I didn't know nothing about. And so I was like, you know what, I have to start buying perfumes too. Like, it's great to smell nice, let me do that too. And so that was how it pretty much started. I think that when I wanted to buy my first bottle, I didn't know anything about perfumes. I didn't want to go and just dive right in. Keep in mind, I'm blind buying, right? Seeing as I'm just seeing somebody on TikTok talk about perfumes. So I decided to just go for something safe. I know that I love things that smell sweet, and I know that I love vanilla a lot. So I decided to just hang in between vanilla and sweet perfumes, you know, for the beginning of my like journey. And that was what I did. My first bottle was Victor and Rolf's Bonbon. If you know that perfume, you know that it smells like sweet, like proper edible sweet. So yeah, that's my first bottle, and that's how I started. So the next question here is, do you have a saving and investment plan? If yes, how are you able to splurge? I have a saving plan. Investment, on the other hand, I'm not really. I dabble there. I don't really know much about it. I only recently downloaded one app that I saw for investment. It looked very easy. I'm still looking through the app. I don't really know much about that, which is really weird, seeing as I study banking and finance. Anyway, how are you able to splurge? Now, okay, splurging for me, I mean, saving is what I do mostly. So I save a huge chunk of my salary, right? And the monies that I have, I just take a huge chunk of it and save. I think because I don't really have any major responsibilities per se, I tend to save a lot. And when it comes up that I want to buy perfumes, I know what to do, because perfumes are the only things I actually buy. I still stay with my parents, so there's nothing for me to really worry about as far money or like finances or like responsibilities per se. And you know, my parents do the majority of it. I don't have to worry about a lot of things. So I think maybe that's why it's easy for me to save. And then when I want to splurge, I'm just splurging on things that I like, or maybe I'm just buying stuff for my siblings or something like that. But it's never really something huge that, oh, I'm now over going crazy about. What's your worst habit? Okay, so my worst habit, I think, is I don't reach out to people. Is it that between I don't reach out to people or I don't call people? One of the one of the two. But I just struggle with it. I struggle with it a lot. And I think that's my worst habit, because it's nice to keep in touch with people, and I just struggle to do that. Next question is, how long have you been a social media manager? So I have been a social media manager for about maybe 5 or 6 years now. Yeah, I think 5 or 6 years. I've been working remotely for 5 or 6 years. Will you be doing a series on social media management? I think I will. Because even before I started YouTube, I've been getting a lot of social media management related questions, and I just feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. And I held 2 classes on social media management this year. And I just figured, like, let me just do something on YouTube. And the thing with the social media management um talk is that it's so bulky that you cannot just speak on it in one video. I would have to make it into a series. So I'm talking maybe 3 or 4 videos regarding social media management and all the aspects that you need to know about. So I will be doing that very soon. So the next question here is, who is this person? And what did I do? What did I do to you to actually deserve this question? What type of a question is this? Eh? Because this is not a question, this is an accusation. Oh, wow. So somebody's asking me now. Oh, God damn it. What did I do? Okay, so the question here is, what's your height? You look small. Are you asking me or you're telling me? Because I don't really know what you want from me at this point. For your information, I'm actually 6'2", 6'2", 6'3". But like on a good day, I'm 6'3", and the reason why I may look small to you is because I try to shrink my height to like 5'3", so people can easily talk to me. It's hard being a tall girl. Don't give me that, okay? So going forward, know it and know it now. Here is 6'3". Are you going to be on YouTube full time, or you're going to be going back to school? I'm not sure. Time will tell. But I do want to be here full time. I want to do YouTube full time. About going back to school, yeah, I think I'm going to have to at some point. My parents are going to have my neck. So yeah, I'm going to be doing both. Yeah. What are your thoughts on BBL and surgery? I don't really have any thoughts. Zero thoughts. I mean, everybody should do whatever makes them happy, I guess. Like BBLs, if you're confident with it, if you like it, if that's what you want to do it. I really would. I can't say because not my money. Surgery. Do you mean like surgery in general, or BBL surgery? Again, if it's BBL, I really don't know. Everybody should do whatever makes them fine. But thoughts on surgery for me, I'm terrified of needles. So surgery in general for me, I cannot do it. Like I cannot sleep while somebody is poking through me, and I cannot be awake while somebody is poking through me. So we're going to have to find a middle ground somewhere. Let's just not do it. Yeah, no. I'm not a fan. Sorry. Oh, this is such a sick question. Are you happy right now? I am. Currently I am. I feel like I've done a lot of things that I've wanted to do. Like I'm not one to have like New Year resolutions and stuff, or like to broadcast New Year resolutions. I just don't, because I feel like every time I write it down I never do it. But this year I actually wrote a couple of things down, and I've ticked at least 5 out of them, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to do it, and I'm happy for myself and I'm proud of myself. So yeah, I'm happy right now. So the next question here is, what's your skincare routine? So I just recently started taking skincare seriously. I think maybe like March this year, and I bought a couple of products around April, I think. And I recently got a package from Good Molecules. My skin issue is hyperpigmentation, and because it's that, I have to use a lot of niacinamide, vitamin C serum, brightening products. You know, besides brightening products, I also have to use, what's this thing called again? SPF. I also have to use SPF and moisturizers and things like that. So my skincare routine revolves around all of those, It's asking me, what did you study in uni? So I studied banking and finance, was what I studied. Banking and finance. You still want to go back to school? I don't really have a say. I'm gonna go back to school. I know I will. I'm gonna go back. Do I want to? Maybe not. But do I have to? Yeah, I will. Yeah. So what are your top 5 K dramas? Goddamn, that is a tough question. That's very tough. So because I'm so obsessed with romance, I would say Oh My Venus, I Like Goblin, Crash Landing on You. I really liked 81 Class, and It's Okay Not to Be Okay. Top 5 here is, how do you get social media jobs? Okay, so number one is through referrals. A lot of people refer me to a lot of people. Number two is through my Instagram. I think there's a bit of my Instagram where I put it there that I manage social media pages, and people just reach out to me because of that. Number three is when I'm the one searching, I use like websites to search for places where I can get, like, people that are looking for social media managers. So I can use Jobberman, I can use Indeed. I just use different places. Why social media management, and how difficult is it? Well, social media management, because I like to press my phone. So I have a theory, right? If I have a hobby, or if I like to do something for fun, I'm gonna find a way to make money out of it. So I figured that I love pressing my phone. I'm always on my phone. I'm barely not with my phone. And I cannot just be pressing my phone for nothing. I better make some money out of it. So when I started doing content creation, so if you're a content creator, you know that or if you know content creators, you know that the way they make money is through probably collabs and PR and all of these things. But it's not every single day that you get things like that. So I figured that I wanted to do something else around or within that industry. Do you get what I mean? So that was how I started looking into social media management. How difficult is it? It's not that difficult. I think that if you set your boundaries right, and if you know what you're, let me not say if you know what you're doing, but if you set your boundaries right and you plan your way around it properly, we're gonna get to that when I start doing the social media management series. But if you plan your boundaries right and you plan your way around social media management very well, it won't be as difficult for you. As long as you don't as long as you don't buy more than you can chew, I think you'll be able to handle it fine. The next question here now is, what do you do when you have a creative block? So I've had those before, and what I do is I just disappear. I just go off. Like, I drop everything and go away, because I know that the more I struggle, the harder and tighter the block will be blocking. So I just leave it, and I'm like, you know what? It's probably the universe trying to tell me that I've done enough. I need a break. I need to take time off. So yeah, that's what I do. Another question that I have here is, what scares you? Okay. So what scares me? I would say needles. I don't roll that way. Needles. Very terrified of needles. I hate it. Like, so I figured there was one time when I wanted to get over my fear by force. So I wanted to get, like, there was an injection of some sort. Okay, they wanted to draw my blood, and I was like, you know what? It's not that big a deal. And I was still like taking it strong, but then that thing just touched me. It wasn't painful, but I was freaking out. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, so I'm scared of needles. I don't like it. That thing should not come near me. Another thing I'm scared of is like failure, obviously. Like, I don't want to fail. Like, I'm terrified of that. So I'm putting my foot everywhere. I'm trying to dabble in everything in order to make stuff work. Another last thing that it scares me. I would say bugs. Bugs that, no, I don't like bugs. Bugs that do bzz. I don't like that. Okay, so next question here is, how do you balance work and content creation? So for me, work is content creation for me. So I'm not really that far off. The work that I'm doing, my 9 to 5 is social media management, and I'm still in the same industry and in line with content creation that is my own personal work. So I'm not really that far off, and it's not really that hard for me to balance. Now, when I was working at a bank, though, hey God, that was the struggle. There was a point where I was doing my internship at a bank, and it was just hard for me because working in the bank now, you have to be there all day, every day of the week, from like 9 a.m. 9 from like 7 a.m. to like what 7 p.m. or even 8 p.m. So by the time I would get home, I'd be too tired. I wouldn't be able to do much, obviously except weekends. But then even that time, you want to rest from all of the work that you've done during the week. So compared to that time and now, there's a big difference, and I'm very much comfortable with work. Like there's a balance now, like a very good balance. It's not difficult for me to navigate both because work now that is social media management is kind of in line with content creation as well. So I'm not really struggling. The next question here is, do you see yourself leaving Nigeria? Brackets, Jackma. I do. I do. I don't know when that will be, but I do. I'm fed up. So the next question here is, how do you stay motivated when you are not motivated? I feel like I already answered this question kind of before with the creative block part. But when I'm not motivated, what I do is take time off my own side and try to explore other people. So when I'm not feeling motivated, I take breaks. I go out by myself. Like I just take myself out. Like I act like I have no work. Like I act like I have nothing better to do. Maybe I don't because I'm on a break. But I just act like I'm jobless and I'm just going outside to explore outside. So I just I could pick a cinema, I could pick a restaurant, I could go somewhere to just lounge and spend my day or spend my week and just do that. When I'm by myself again, I'm scrolling through other creators. I'm checking Pinterest, I'm checking TikTok, I'm checking YouTube, I'm checking Instagram of everybody that is not me. So I'm not clustered again with the fear of, oh, I'm currently not motivated or whatever. So I look at other people instead and just try to tap motivational currents from them. Do you get what I mean? Okay, next question here is, what do you think about getting tattoos, and are you going to get some? Okay, in case you missed before when I answered something related, I'm scared of needles. I think I love the idea of tattoos on people, the people that do it nicely, and I would like someday when they find another way to do it without using needles. Yeah, they can call me, I'll be there. Until then, no. So another question here is, how many piercings do you have, and do you think you can get more piercings? I think I really love piercings. Like I just think that it makes you like look really beautiful. Like I feel like it just makes you look really beautiful. I love piercings. I love when I see girls like having like ones that they have in here and all those crisscrossing ones. I like those ones, and I want to get it with them as well. But again, pain. Me and pain, we don't do well. But if I could, I would get like maybe one more to like with this one, with this like normal earring one, and then I would get one in like this place on this place. Yeah. Here is, how many siblings do you have? I have two sisters. If you're from my Instagram, you must have seen them at some point on there. Like I think at this point in time that I'm recording this, today is what? Monday. There's currently a video of my sister on there with my mom. My mom is teaching her to drive. They are both going at each other's throats. So yeah, that's my sister. I have two siblings. What's your favorite perfume? This is very tough because when perfumes will require you to wear different scents for different occasions. But my favorite sweet perfume is between Bon Bon and maybe La Vie Belle. I also like my Tom Ford Lost Cherry. That thing smells amazing. Please, I can't wait to get to talking about perfumes. Another one of mine that is a fave is also this one that is here, Jasmine Wisp. The purple one in the middle, this one, is also one of my very, 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 very faves. I think the other red one too is also one of my faves. Which other one do I really like? I have a lot of bottles. I think those ones, what's it called? Lost Cherry, La Vie Belle, Jasmine Wisp, the only one too. I also like my Good Girl perfume. It smells really boss lady and boss bitchy. I like that. So the last question here that I'm going to be answering, because I feel like I've answered a lot here, is tips on video content creation. So seeing as I just started doing this myself, I don't really know if I have a lot to offer as for tips, but here's what I'm doing. that I think you can try as well. My number one tip is to do it afraid. I'm very like, I'm terrified. I don't know if I look scared to you guys, but I'm scared deep down on the inside. I'm scared. So all of what I'm doing is not because I'm sure that I'm going to do well, but I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather do it afraid than not do it at all. So get ready and do it. Like, also another tip that people usually say, but you might find annoying, but it's actually the fact, is use what you have. Like, use your phone. Your phone works great. Um, and don't be scared. Use your phone. Check on TikTok for like the right settings to use. 4K, 4K to 60, I think. And also don't forget to lock your screen when you're recording, so that your video is like very clear until the end. I think those for now, those are my top two tips. And use a very like well lit place. If you don't have any ring light, that's fine. You can use like your window side when you open your windows, and like the reflection of outside is coming inside. You can do that as well. And I think that those are my few like tips. So far so good, like everything that I've noticed and everything that I've learned. Also another thing that I heard and it really stuck to me is invest in your audio. Now people will sit through a bad video but not a bad audio. Like, nobody wants to be struggling to listen to anything. So even if your video is shaky, at least if your audio is fine, they have something to look forward to. Do you get what I mean? So I think that those are like the few tips that I do have. And on that note, I think I've actually answered everything that I can answer. Thank you guys so much for sending me your questions. I hope you guys have been able to get to know me, and I definitely want to get to know you guys. So you guys can send me, please leave a comment below. Tell me stuff about you. If there's anything that I've said that you agree with, let me know. If there's any perfume of mine that you're aware of, or if you have a favorite perfume as well, you can always comment below so I can see, and I'm going to respond to everything. So if you have anything that you want to tell me, or just introduce yourself to me as well. Yeah, I've introduced myself to you guys, so you guys too should introduce yourselves to me. Okay, I'm gonna wait for you guys in the comment section. Thank you so much for the love today. Please do not forget, if you have gotten to this point, please do not forget to subscribe, leave a like and comment, because I need it. Thank you, and I will see you guys in my next video, because I think I'm done. Bye guys.